Hi guys, welcome to episode 5 of TALON Lockdown episode 1, behind the scenes. So now we are talking about the recording process. So bear in mind, at the beginning, I said this will all take a week per episode, and we're at episode 5 of something that's already taken several days to do steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. But we're at 5, and 5 is about recording. So the audio, normally, in an ideal situation, we'd have everyone in the studio. And we would record radio style because then you get everyone's energy in the room. Also, the editor has a much easier time. Okay, so if we do what we did in AST part 1, which is we recorded everyone individually, and then I had to jigsaw it together, and then we had recastings, and then we had rewrites, and then we had re-records, and then we had records that happened in different locations and didn't match, and then we had to re-record those, and then we had to recast again, and oh my God, it was like the worst edit in the world. I think we got away with it mostly. For part 2, Raz is like, we are never doing this again. It's quite a lot of we will never do this again. And we wanted to radio play. Now, obviously, we're in lockdown. So this is like the one thing that we cannot do is put people in the same room. So Neil and Ian remote recorded. So I was with Ian on Skype and I was feeding him the lines and he was recording. That's fine. We just drop him the gear. Carefully. We're practically neighbours. And Neil, bless him, lives on a busy road and basically made himself a little den with a duvet and recorded at 1 in the morning, I think, about midnight to 1 in the morning to try and reduce the traffic noise. And by the way, Neil, it was beautiful. It was really, really well dampened. But that's the level. That's the people who are working on this. So grateful for our team. So I recorded at home and then I fed to Ian, who obviously had the majority of the lines as Ironside, along with me as Bay. And then Neil did his own. So that was the audio recording. I then get all them back and I set in Logic, which currently is actually recording me, so that's not ideal to look at. The project, so we'd have a channel for everyone and I do the cut and then Raz does all the cool post-production. Then the video, obviously, finally, we can use video. So the thing with the app is we wanted to create an app experience. We wanted something that people were not looking at too much because genuinely it's an audio experience. And if you put too much visual, that's what people will look at first. Okay, so if the whole app was more of a visual experience, I think people would get less of the audio. We don't want you too dependent on the site. However, with this, because it was literally for YouTube, it was important to actually put someone on the screen. And again, we're in lockdown, kind of had to use me. Luckily, I'm fit. So I did the rough cut of the audio and then I played it to myself and Raz recorded me and told me when my technique was crap because every now and then it was a bit bad. I wasn't that fit because I just lost all my classes. So I'm used to teaching like 20 something classes a week and suddenly I had just my boot camp. So I had 9 and I didn't fully do them. And so I wasn't very fit. So I was doing lockdown and dying, literally dying. When Ironside says, Adele, are you dying? I'm like, I am dying. So Raz was on technique support. So I had to redo a few bits. And so that's how we did that. And it was very interesting for me because I edited it so carefully because I had to edit the dialogue, by the way, to the time of the music. So I've written it to the music and I've sat there and I've played it and I've written it and I've played it and I've written it and I've thought, this is how Ironside speaks. This is how, what was easy with Bay because she's me. And genuinely, I thought that we'd done it. And Ian and I did a read through to the music so that he understood kind of the pace it had to be. I still had edited it in a way that I had to completely re-edit it because as I was doing it, I was ahead or I was behind. So then when I had to come back with the footage, I had to redo the audio and a lot of the cueing I had to move back to make sure that it's really super clear for you guys what's happening next and you don't get left behind. So so that audio edit was 2 parts, before the videoing and then post videoing, and then a good couple of hours of recombing through it to make sure that everything fitted to time. And there were moments where there was like fun banter between Ironside and Bay. And this is what I mean when I say that the narrative interrupts the exercise, because there'd be like super fun bits, but I had to cut them because otherwise Bay couldn't say what the next thing was. Then you guys would be like, hang on, wait, what? We've changed exercise? Why are these guys talking shit? So that's where that balance is very, very delicate and sometimes a bit tricky.